Man, this feels dangerous. That's a good idea. Fuck it, risk it. This could end so poorly. Brad. Wake up. Wake up, Brad. Brad, it's important. Something I remembered about Olathe. Something about our past. There you are. Now that you're awake, I must remind you. It's mighty rude to fall asleep in the middle of a conversation, Brad. Next time, just tell me if you're tired. I'd surely understand. I'm not one for wasting people's time. Is this bad? More importantly, I was getting to the point of everything we discussed earlier tonight. I have a theory, Brad, based on all of my research, based on the fact that we know at least one female still exists. Should I say is alive for now, I suppose. Based on all this, I believe that women. And by the way, before you pass any judgment, I have to add that I've done a ton of research. Life after the Flash has been totally surreal. Honestly, none of this makes any sense. And the more I hang around you, Brad, the worse it gets. I'm really starting to wonder if you've taken so many of those drugs that you're starting to become a drug yourself. I'm starting to see and feel very weird things around you. Scary. But hard to resist, I must say. In fact, I'm starting to notice that the light reflects off of your shiny head in the same way it reflects off of a joy pill. Would this be a connection? Or is that just how light reflects off of perfectly round surfaces? Hmm. Don't bite me. I'm sorry, Brad. I got lost in thought. All mysticism and speculation is beneath you. Dry, plain, direct information, that's what you're all about. I knew I pinned you right as a history buff, my boy. And history waits for no one. Recording history, learning from history, building whole societies off of tales of facts, sometimes fiction. That's why it's more important than ever to discuss and record these wild times. Nern, I need you to shut the fuck up, please. I'm begging you. If only the Wasteland had some type of magazine of information. Oh wow, I just had serious mind blast. Do you remember newspapers, Brad? I do. I never read them, but I did always keep them. In fact, I collected them. Do you know why? Do you know why, Brad? You'll never guess, but I'll give you a chance. Coupons, Brad. I loved coupons. I mean, heck, it's why I married my trow sucking wife in the first place. God rest her soul, she loved coupons almost as much as me. I had stacks and stacks of newspapers all full of coupons. Each newspaper had anywhere from 1 to 5 coupons in each issue. The newspapers came one time a week. On a good month, you could net 25 to 200 coupons a month if you factored in my private hoard. I tell you what, bratty boy, if I could have just one thing from before the Flash, just one thing, it would be newspapers. I'd love to wake up at a campfire with a tight wadded little newspaper all rolled up, just waiting for me. Squeezed together by a bouncy rubber band that's just barely too tight. Pages ready to burst, coupons begging to be drenched in my penny pinching gaze. Golly, I'd trade the filthiest of mags for one last newspaper. Hell, I'd cut my own arm off for a newspaper, maybe both of them. Oh, gracious me, I had so many dailies. Oh, right, you're uninitiated. Us in the CCC, coupon collecting community, we would call newspapers dailies for shorts. Newspapers, papers, newspapers, newspaps, the rag, the weeklies, newsies, papers, newspaps, the rag, the weeklies. The news. And for coupons, we would call them clips. Clippies, clippings, discount documents, thrift tickets, bargain bills, a legal license to loot, certificates to save. Whew! Those folks taught me a lot about coupons. I'm embarrassed to admit, but did you know when I would go to the supermarket, I would bring all my newspapers from home? I'd fill a whole cart with just newspapers full of coupons every time I went. One day a woman came up to me while I was shopping and handed me a pair of scissors and said, "You should buy these scissors." In my head I said, "You should mind your own business." But in that moment I ended up saying, Shut the fuck up, you scissor-peddling hag. Can't you see I'm busy having a bad day? She ignored that and took the time to explain to me that I could clip the coupons and leave the worthless newspapers behind. Wow! What a woman. I ended up marrying her. Turns out you can be rude to whoever you want and still find love. You just need to keep being mean until you find that special someone patient enough to tolerate it. What I'm saying is, well, uh, hey, sorry, Brad. It's just my eyes have adjusted to the dark now, and, well, not to be rude, but you have a lot of blood on you, your beard, on your clothes. You smell like blood, too. It reminds me of a childhood friend. Why? Shut up. Oh my god. It keeps going. Rodney Donkhausen. Red Rod, we called him. Please, I'm begging you. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. This is a good way to pass the time, though. Holy shit, Nern. I need you to shut up. What was it, Rad Rod? That's right, Rad Rod, because his red hair was so radical. I have so many great stories about that goof, but those will have to wait for another time. All this back and forth has got me tuckered out. I should get some rest. Is he just out? Just out like that? Oh, God. Good thinking, Brad. Getting some winks in, too. Sleep is important. Jesus. Out of the 4 times, I dress 13, 17 hours a day. Of course, that was back when. Just pass out. Just go to sleep. Mahogany. Oh my fucking lord. Never change, Nern. Never change. Peak content. Gift that keeps on giving. Yep. Sleeps while bowling. Does that mean sleep while standing? You mean bow? Oh, you put bowing. I just read it as bowling. Sleep bowling. Peak time waster? Yep. What was I just thinking about? Oh yeah, Rad Rod. Rude and red he was. It's just like my slop sipping, coupon clipping. Yeah? Okay. We all good? Is it sleep time? Man needs to go take a nap. Take the nap. My Fortnite's heaving bosom. What was that? Ah, sorry, Brad. I swear I just felt a spider crawling on my face. Must have just been a twitch of the old mustache whiskers. I'm surprised you're still awake, Brad. Well, since you're having trouble turning in anyway. Stop. No, no. I suppose you wouldn't mind hearing just a bit more about old Roddy, would you? I remember it like it was 40-something years ago. And it was. Rod shook me awake, big man of red hair whipping to and fro. Oh boy, he's shouting, shaking like a leaf blower. I found it! How the world got so arsed up. New best character. He's too close to my face, mind, and the way he's talking is annoying me. Kinda erratic, and what kind of person says arsed in the haste of the moment? Arsed! See, it feels weird for me to say it even now. Plus, I can feel his spittle on my smooth chin. I shouldn't have shaved that day. Dear Lord. Nern like Ella's from Left 4 Dead 2. Crazy? I was crazy once. Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell, Nern. You're making me pass the fuck out on stream, dude. Well, not that I could ever grow much of a beard. Anyways, obviously this is not has got me intrigued. His hair being so long, I mean, how did he do that? I'll admit it, I've always been jealous of a good mop. Sturdy follicles escaped me even then. And that rascally Rod knew it. That wasn't the first time he'd shoved those thick strands in my face like that. Now when was that first time? Must have been 20 or 50 years ago. Who's really counting? 5, 6, 26 years old. Who's really counting? Just picture a much younger Brad. Now that you're not, now that you're in a childlike state of mind, picture me as a child. I don't really want to. I'm trying not to. Exactly 8.5 years old. Unlike, un, wrinkleless and energetic I was. It was the summer of 80. 90? Summer of 98? Son of an empty-headed bitch. What year was it? Ah, forget it. I'm not big on details anyway. You're just gonna have to deal with that, Brad. Oh, please don't interrupt me. Where was I? Right. It was my first time going over to Rad Rod's house. Now, I was the kind of kid who usually kept to himself, you know? Never been the best talking with people, can't come up with enough to say, you understand? Good lord, Child Nern must have been one of those kids. He is a rambler. I'd worked up the courage at that point to brave a sleepover, so I get over to the Rodster's place and I knock 3 times. But it wasn't my pal who answers the door. Well, I thought it was Rod at first, that mess of ginger on top, but the hair kept on flowing down. Long, beautiful locks. By golly, it was some kind of foxy babe. A tomato-headed slice of juicy fruit. Or is it a vegetable? Are tomatoes fruits or vegetables? By the way, she was a 7. Maybe even an 8 if she came with some garlic bread. Hair so saucy you could eat it. Is that red hot rye heads Texas? What? I'm losing it. I'm falling asleep. Was that red hot redhead Rod's snack of a sister or his dish of a mom? It's one of the mysteries I ponder in the rare moments I get to myself these days. But you can bet your spaghetti she showed up in my dreams that night. That is until Rad Rod, the carrot top bastard, shook me awake in the middle of the night, exactly like how you interrupted my sleep just now to talk about discounts and girls and junk. He kept babbling on and on about seeing the polka dot man right outside his window. It was so close to my face, I couldn't bear it. Our prepubescent whiskers were practically touching. Oh, God. The stench of the dumb kid breath sent tingles of disgust down my spine. For a second there, I thought that said spines, and I was like, how many spines do you have? Fucking Nern, how many? Tell me. Is it 2? Did you have 2 spines? Whose other spine did you put in your back? Uh. Okay. Since dumb kid breath sent tingles of disgust down my spine. What's that? You don't remember the polka dot man? That old urban legend about the greasy guy in the suit creeping around tonight? Yeah, the polka dot tie or something. Who cares? It's not the point. The point is, it was just typical radical Rodney, vying for attention. That's why we called him Needy Nay. He always had to be the focal point, and constantly embellishing things. People like that, I swear. Just fucking pass out, dude, please. Anyway, Brad, all's camaraderie is nice and all, but I'd appreciate if you respected my time a bit more going forward. Oh my God. Thank Christ. Holy shit, I'm just happy that rest didn't get us. Nern, you fucking bastard.